Hey, Mike,
Hey man, how you doing?
you ready to talk about Dynasty?
I am cautiously optimistic.
You want to know what's hilarious?
No.
Is so earlier, Mike and I were trying to find a beer that we could both do together. We had the same one. I found a 2018 Dynasty. Mike found a 2017 Dynasty. That didn't work. So I was going looking for another beer that we had, and I was like, I found a 2017 Dynasty. And he was like, shit, let's do that. And I was like, yeah, let's do that. And we're both excited. We realized that they were just like a couple months apart, so different batches, whatever. But I just realized that they also changed the labels.
Yeah, they did a little bit. That's it's a yes.
That I never noticed.
I didn't notice it until I saw your can.
Yeah.
So
So
mine's in April of 2017.
and mine's in December of 2017. So
Yeah.
20, May, June, July, August, September, October. So 8 months apart.
I was like 32, 31
It's
maybe.
fine. It's fine. Um, yeah, Night Shift, for those that don't know, if you haven't been watching the channel since the beginning, they're from Everett, Massachusetts. They're a local brewery. They are now owned by Jack's Abbey, but they used to make some of our favorite beers in the world. All of our favorite beers. Caravaggio. This glass is from 2015. This is from their Barrel Society. Like, this is one of my favorite glasses that I don't use enough. It's just like one of the glasses that I love so much that I purposely don't use because I'm afraid like the more I use it, there's like a more chance I would break it.
Caravaggio is top 5 beers I've ever had.
Yeah, yeah.
That makes me
I didn't
sad.
really get a taste with that on my finger, but don't worry. I'm just trying to get all the stuff up with this little piece of.
Um,
I'm like an old woman or an old grandparent. I'm just like, here's this little piece of like tissue I have in my pocket.
when we went to the European Beer Fest, remember the one we went to in what was the beer fest we went to that we got those sort of like those sloped glasses?
It was Copenhagen.
Copenhagen, yeah, Copenhagen Beer Fest. Night Shift was there, and we went over to tell them that like Dynasty like fucking rocked our balls. They were real happy about it at the time.
Dynasty or
No,
Caravaggio?
we told them Dynasty.
Because that was really fresh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I'm not saying it's our fault, but they hadn't released it in a while, and they released it again a couple months later. I'm just saying.
that's a good point. That's a good point.
All right,
This
so
beer, I remember when it first came out, we loved it. But yeah, look at us. Let's talk about it, and then we'll tell stories.
dude, when I poured this initially, the head was this big. It's just like marshmallow. It's like resting on top of the
Yeah,
beer, like a
for a 5-year-old beer, yeah, this is still holding up in the can at least from that standpoint.
Sean. Do your math.
Three, where are we? Oh shit, 8 years.
That's why I said we're 5 years late on this can.
I thought you. I don't know. When you said 5 years, I was just like, oh yeah, we're 5 years. I just took that as that. Oh yeah, you're right. 8 years. 8 years.
So listen, if this beer is awesome, I'll be real happy. If it sucks, I get it.
Yeah, it looks pitch black. It looks great in the glass. Let's get a nose.
Do it. Interesting. Okay, so I'm getting some sweetness, some chocolate, roast, and cardboard.
From two different batches, 8 months apart. 8 months apart, 8-year-old beer. Interesting. I'm getting the same thing. I'm getting a roast. I'm getting that like there's a chocolate characteristic, and there's a little bit of wet cardboard.
A little bit.
But it doesn't mean that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that.
No, we did one somewhat recently that we were getting some wet cardboard, and it was still awesome. But wet cardboard went through, but I don't remember which one it was. But the components were so good that I was like, well,
Yeah, you can let it
hopefully,
slide.
let's see how this goes on the palette. Um, we didn't get into this too much, but like, yeah, back when we first had this in 2015, 16, whatever, this was like the first, like, not the first, but it was a really, really rich, awesome Imperial Stout that we were able to get pretty easily. And from a brewery at the time that we loved. So it's something that, like, Dynasty in my mind is a very special beer. And I hope that this has more staying power than it should. 8 years is too long for a
Agreed.
beer like this, but
Yeah.
in a can, by the way. So if this doesn't taste like aluminum, then we're already winning.
Well, no spoilers or anything, but we're gonna have a lot of fun with our 1050 vertical if that's what you think about 8 year plus beers.
Cheers,
Cheers.
bud.
Clink. All right. This is really fucking good. There is something that's a little bit off. There's like a tinge of something a little strange. Did you get on yours too? Okay.
Oh yeah,
So a little strange, but it's just a little bit. And you get past it.
it's still the best next shift beer I've had in 5 years. It's really good. It's a little bit
It's
cardboardy.
really good.
There's a little bit of wet cardboard in
It
there.
has something. There's something
There's
that's there, but you
there's,
can look past it. It's
there's some
got the roasting, it's got
dustiness
the
in
turkey, it's
there.
got the chocolate stuffiness. Yeah.
It's a dustiness. There's
Dustiness. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. But it's rich, it's sweet, it's chocolatey, it's charry. It has like a lot of blackberry and dark fruit and a little bit of anise.
Jammy Stone dark fruits. Yes.
This is really
Wow.
good.
This is really good.
God damn,
Oh,
son.
man.
God damn. I wish I had more of these.
Dude, we don't know. We don't know. I didn't know I had this until I went to look for that other beer. Like when I found the other Dynasty, you know where this was? In the same fridge, like behind another beer that I thought I'd look behind. So like, dude, this is, and like as I'm talking, like the ashiness and the roastiness that are just like lingering on my tongue. Oh man. This is one of those no nonsense, no bullshit Imperial stouts.
That charred wood ashy thing is um this is the thing, it's not my favorite flavor normally, but when it's balanced with that sweet dark fruit, that chocolate, the dark chocolate, but also the milk chocolate and the booze. Ah, Sean, this is my kind of jam. Even the little bit of dust.
It hits on all levels. Like, so the ABV on mine is printed on the can. What does yours say? Mine's 11.5.
Oh shit. Mine's 10.5.
10?
10.5, yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. I love how it says alcohol by volume and canning date on the bottom. Like, is that legal? I guess it must be.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you don't actually have to put the ABV on a can. Not by law.
I feel like most stouts should just do that. Like, because no one knows what the like, especially a stout or a barrel aged stout. No one's gonna know what the final gravity of that thing's gonna, like the final ABV is gonna be on that thing.
No, but if you put the wrong one, it doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter. This is really
Dude,
fun. I said cautiously optimistic. That usually comes to bite me in the ass. But this makes me happy. It doesn't matter, but we had a very disappointing beer before this. So when I have something like this that like a blast from the past, like it's like when you see a cartoon that you liked as a kid, you're like, oh man, this sucks. But when you watch one, wow, this is really good. That's what this is. It's like it's clearly old, clearly not like up to today, but it's so good it doesn't matter. It's so much life and so
yeah,
much personality and so much love. And this is really well made. It's really well made,
that's the
Sean.
best way to put it. Yeah. Where night shift? Why aren't you guys doing Dynasty anymore, or just doing Imperial? Not even Dynasty, just doing more Imperial stouts. Like,
Caravaggio.
yeah, well, that was a Barrel Society thing, man. So maybe they're just not doing it for that reason. But remember the last time we had Caravaggio? That's what you could tell it was like
Dusty. Yeah,
getting on. It was dusty. It was getting on its way out, but it was still very good.
right.
This
This
is
Sean,
great,
this is not the best beer we've had today, but this is the beer that's made me the most happy.
dude. 100%. I cannot disagree with you there. This is making me smile from like ear to ear, and you're smiling. People can't say Mike doesn't smile. No, he's smiling. He's
Did
smiling.
people really do that? Or are you kidding with
You
me?
don't read the you don't read the comments.
No.
I mean, we got a good amount of comments where it's like Mike needs to smile more, or Mike doesn't look
Oh,
happy, or
oh man, that sucks. I feel like I feel like I'm a happy guy. That sucks. I'm sorry, I didn't
I
know
do
that.
too. I don't notice it. I wonder if people are just fast forwarding and they're just seeing like maybe weird parts. I don't know.
Oh, that sucks. Nerdsense is one of the things that make me most happy. That sucks that people feel that way. I love doing Nerdsense. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah, and this is just makes it even happier because like nerd sense, would we be where we are?
Without
Well,
night
not
shift?
like that sounds weird. Right, without night shift. Remember way back in the day when like Matt said something like Matt made a comment about us doing night shift beer reviews all the time. He said like, "Wait, you guys didn't do this night shift beer or something like that?" He's like, "I thought you guys do all the night shift beers." We're like, "No, we don't, but we did that. That's valid.
Sean,
That's valid feedback."
we made it a thing to do every morph when they were doing like 2 a week. Remember that?
That was a that was a that was a lot.
That was a lot. But it was so fun. They all did these single hop morphs and stuff. Like I don't think I would know the difference between some of these hops without those morphs. Night shift was really important to me.
I think you are 100% right. Like the morphs plus the one hop series they did, like other breweries were doing one hop series around the time, but like you're right. I don't think we would have been as knowing of these different hops if it wasn't for the morph and the one hop series, just night shift in general. Like it is
Oh,
like
plus they did that Taza stout and they did the what's that called? Tribunal or something and
trifecta.
trifecta. Like they did some of my favorite beers for a long time.
Yeah. And it was
God.
like one of the only breweries like that we like ended up like at least like getting like a friendship, but like we had a lot of good discussions with folks that were there, and it was always a fun thing to do. And like I feel like maybe we had more time back then to be able to like go to breweries. Was that part of it?
We went to night shift a lot, yeah. But like we went
I
to
think that was
try
part of it.
yeah, we I had more time back then. Yeah, yeah, as you said, we had more
That's what I
time.
mean. We had more time.
Yeah. But
Like
like
I still had a kid, but like it was way easier with like a younger daughter than it is like a daughter that's getting older and like finding more time and stuff like that.
but I also also true. But I feel like with night shift, they were so experimental. Every time you went there, there was another 8 beers that you never had, and there were always something fucking wild. And this, and they took some big swings that they missed. They missed, but man, they had a few of them. They're like Jose Canseco, you know. Sometimes
Yeah.
they fucking nailed them. And some of the beers, like especially some of those Barrel Society ones, like Krakatoa, or
Elbrus.
yep, Alvarez. Oh my god, you know some of those.
Picasso was one of the sours. Yeah, that's like yeah, everything was just
I feel like they took big swings, and I don't think it always worked out for them. But man, like remember the first couple Darklings, how good those were, or was it Lectador? They did a Lectador, right?
electric. Yes. Yep.
Like without Night Shift, I'm not the beer fan I am today.
100%. 100%.
And I drank, and the
They
thing
just
is, I didn't. I hated. Sean can admit. Sean can attest to this. I did not like beer very much when I turned 21. I didn't. I wasn't a fan. I drank it because you had to, I guess, but I didn't like it. I wasn't a fan. I drink a lot of more like spirits and stuff. And when I started liking beer at all, it was through craft. So it wasn't like I got into it like later, like like in the
yeah,
2013, 2014. Since I was 21, I was mostly drinking. If I was drinking at all, it's mostly craft beer. But like Night Shift was the first brewery that I felt like it was like my type of brewery. I felt
100%.
personally, I felt personally invested in their success. It was obviously not my fault, but like but it was like their successes I felt good about. I felt like a better.
Yeah.
They made me so happy. And
Yeah.
and when they stopped making me happy, that kind of sucks. But not all you don't always marry your first girlfriend, you know.
That's a very good way to put it. That's a
But
very good way to put it.
but it doesn't mean they didn't
They were
matter.
also one of the first breweries to like obviously breweries were doing lagers, but like when they came out with Nightlight, everyone was like, "What the fuck? What is this?" Like I still remember being there and being like, at getting a flight when I was getting some probably morph, and the bartender was like, "Oh, we got this new um, light lager. Here, try it." And I was like, "Okay." And I remember being like, "No, not for me." And like, but think about it. Like back then, who else? At least local. Maybe people were doing it more nationally. We didn't know, but like,
The other person I knew about that did their own like sort of
Bud
like
Light clone, no,
yeah, Bud Light clone. But like but it
macro
was so
clone.
cheap too. Like if you wanted it, it was really
So cheap.
inexpensive. Didn't they do a lime one too?
Dude, the lime one I still fucking love to this day. I love the lime one.
Yeah, didn't you and Jeff review it?
Yeah, we did a blind with, but unfortunately, we did a blind with the Night Shift lime, Bud Light lime, Bissell Brothers, and there was one more, Mighty Squirrel,
Ah,
and I picked Bud Light.
that's funny. Hey, listen, it is what it is. Uh, I don't love those beers, but man, they're consistent.
They
They
are,
taste
they
the
are, and
same.
like yeah, they've just been just something so special about the Everett location, and just
I,
like
I, dude, do you remember we were going down there? I'll leave it. This is a funny story. We were going down there, and I had to go to the bathroom so bad, and we missed the exit a couple times. We missed it, and I said, "I need you to pull over, and if I shit my pants, I need you to buy me clothes."
yes,
You remember
we
this?
were in the yeah, we were in
The
the
rotary,
Rotary.
yeah, and we you missed it. You were driving, you missed it a couple times. No, it's difficult. It's difficult to navigate. I'm not judging
Yeah.
you, but I thought I was gonna shit my pants, and I asked you if I do, if you could buy me more clothes. You remember this?
Hmm.
Dude, I was
Hmm.
so bad.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I eventually we found like a
Well,
Dunkin'
the shopping
Donuts.
plaza across the street, so it's not that big
Yeah.
of an issue.
Well, if I shit my pants, it's a big issue. But we found a Dunkin' Donuts. And I ran in, and the bathroom was full. It was so funny. I made it. It was fine, but holy shit, that was scary.
Just so much, just that place, just some, yeah, just going there was always the blast. Like it was like, and also it's like it was one of the breweries like where if you ask me to go to a brewery now, other than Treehouse, it's like literally a straight shot up the street, but like I can go there blindfolded. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like I
Well,
can't do that with
tell you this
metal
much.
bands.
After that trip, I can make it a fucking night shift blindfolded. Because of that, every time driving there was scary. Because like, man, I hope I don't miss that fucking turn. It's confusing.
It's a very weird like rotary. Like you can
Yeah,
either go, you're either going to that shopping plaza or you're in the wrong lane to go left, and then
yeah,
then when you go left, you got to make the right decision to go right or left, and you got to go straight or whatever. Yeah, it's
yeah. It's confusing, but
and like parking was always a pain, and parking was always a crapshoot until they opened like at least like the small little bit of their lot that and they got the extra parking there.
yep.
Oh, man, that place is just. And then when they opened the annex, like the small place, they expanded a little bit next door. Like, oh man,
Dude,
just so many good memories of that spot. Like opening up the like the garage, like just sitting. I remember just sitting in the garage doors when Kaylee was like, I don't know, just like a little
peanut,
baby, and just
peanut.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
I
night
remember
shift is
the
my one
first
of
couple
yeah.
of like Oktoberfest celebration things we did there, and I remember when we went once with Teddy Bonkers, and we got we got all those. They had a couple different beers they were debuted that day, and we got like sausages and stuff. That was a good fucking time, man. I without this is true. I always drink craft beer. I've always drank craft beer because it's a preference. But without night shift, I would not be the beer fan I am today. I know I said it earlier, but as we're talking about it, this is the thing. It's because it became more than just what I drank. It became more like cultural. It became more like became more.
Hmm.
It became more of what it became more than what I drank in my living room.
Yeah,
God, what a great bring up great times, man. I know this video is going really long, but this is less about the beer, which is by the way very very good. It's more about our
yeah.
love, the love letter to night shift.
It's such a there's just so many, yeah, like you said, like just so many memories, like, and like I remember like me and you text me like, all right, they're coming out with this, and like one of us would if we had time in the middle of the day,
Right down.
we would go down and get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember just like I remember bringing my laptop and just sitting there and just working for like a couple hours and just having a beer or two, and then like getting a case of beer and bringing it home, and it was just like just
Yeah.
man,
Yeah, it makes me sad. It doesn't. It makes me sad that like that time of my life is over. It's such a good time.
yeah,
If I can, if I could bottle nostalgia, I'd be a billionaire. But um, they don't make this anymore, so can't bottle that. 'Cause
you didn't.
this tastes like love. It tastes like past. It tastes awesome. And as I drink it more, the dustiness is less and less apparent. It just tastes like
Yeah, it's.
chocolate and fruit and roast.
I
Like
think what I want to do is start the video with when we started kind of like I don't know. I want to try, you know what I mean? Like start the video with us talking about night shift, then go into the review.
we can do that. It's up to you
Because you
as
know
to
what?
how much you want to end it. You know.
If you're still watching now, good for you, because I don't know if anyone would even get far enough to watch. I'd rather have them watch
The review.
the us talking about Night Shift
That's fair. Yep.
than us talking about the review. You know what I mean?
No one has
Or
this.
or we
No
just
one has in their fridge, and there's no guarantee that. Who knows? You could have a pinhole somewhere that's it's just not going to make it work.
people in
But
New England could have this a lot, but like yeah. But I feel like a Night Shift live stream could be fun as fuck too. But like we have so many other bottles down here and some older stuff, and then we could also just buy one of the mix packs one day, and like even if the beer is not as good as it was, it should still have some type of lingering. You know what I mean? I don't know.
yeah, dude, this is bringing up feelings.
I know it's a feel. This is a feel. This is a vibe, man.
Yeah, it's making me real happy. I did not like this was just something that I was like, we have it. We have something. Let's do something, you know?
I didn't think it
And
was gonna open up this whole like can of feels.
yeah, yeah. Who knows that nostalgia was gonna be canned as Dynasty? We didn't know.
Yeah, that's weird. Oh, that's so strange. Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm
Share the
about to
night.
cry.
Remember that? Remember that tagline too? Share the night.
I do. Dude, I remember going there when they would have like 6 or 7 beers on tap. Remember they just like they had like those hanging like signs.
The chalkboards and the everything,
Yeah,
and someone I don't know who did it, but it was always like really cool like art and stuff like that, and they would like make the art. Oh man, it was so
yeah. Uh, I mean, they were the first brewery. It's not the first brewery they did it, but the first brewery I remember having like a like chili pepper fucking beer.
good. Yep.
Um, yeah, I don't know. Like, man, Night Shift was my first favorite brewery. You know,
Yeah, I know. It's like, and I miss them, and I know that sounds weird, but like obviously they're still around, but like I miss that Night Shift.
I miss those times. You know,
It's a mix, yeah. The times help, like yeah. It's just yeah.
I found some pictures a couple years. It's been a couple years now, but like it was I think when they did the Darkling release. It was like me, you, and uh Chan and Kerry, and it was just like seeing those things. It's like man, like none of us are married yet.
Yeah.
We smiled wider. It's weird. Um, but it's just it's a different like we're different people. We had different things, different priorities, different lives and stuff. But like I look at those things so fondly, and it's not that things were better because it doesn't mean that they're better, but it's just that like they were good. The times were good, and you miss those things that were fun and when somehow things didn't matter as much.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't. Yeah, life mattered a little less. It didn't really matter if you were just. Yeah, no, I get it. Fuck.
Man, this is fun. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe like when I look for it, I get the dustiness a little bit, the little bit of cardboard. But when I'm talking to it, I'm not thinking about it. I don't taste it at all, and it's making me so
Oh.
happy.
Hmm.
This horse is. I took a shit on it. It's already dead, but goddamn, it's so fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna save that can for the next time you're over, or the next time I go to your place, because
Yeah, this
I
is
don't know.
fun.
I do distinctly remember, like, all right. I think now we can maybe get a little negative. I do remember when they changed the label for the next batch. That's when we were like, oh, what happened to it?
Yeah, the thing is like not everything stays the same. The life things don't stay the same. Things change.
And for
You know,
this
you,
question,
you
I'm talking about this one.
right. This is the thing though, is
10.6 on this one.
I think that just because things change doesn't mean that they weren't good before, right?
Oh, of course, 100%.
You can go listen to all the band's albums you like and stuff, but those first few are always your favorite. And it doesn't mean just because it wasn't something that's not your favorite doesn't mean the other ones weren't good. Say, oh, that band sucks. Ah, they don't suck. They just did something that you don't like. Doesn't mean that they always sucked.
Yeah.
This is like listening to that old album you loved from '98. It's like
This is
this is
yeah.
like
This is
this is like listening
literally.
to this is like listening to Awake. You know, like
Now we're getting a little too deep for people. They're like, "What the heck's his wake?"
what's an album from '98 that people like?
Then again, Dream Theater is a pretty. And Dream Theater wasn't from 90. Awake was at 98. Awake was
No,
94.
no, Awake was 94, 95. But you're right, but no, but I'm just naming something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
When you hear it, it's a little old, but man, it's so good. That's what this is. You know,
Hmm.
yeah.
And I'm glad that we can still do this with some night shift beers. I mean, obviously, there's no way we could do this with an 8-year-old morph. Like that would just be like, boop.
No, no, but like
But like there's
this is the thing. I said you cannot like you can't bottle nostalgia, not on purpose. Like we couldn't have planned to do this and make it good. If we planned this, it would be shit. It's what makes it good is the surprise, the love.
yeah,
It's a combination of the beer is somehow being drinkable, and it shouldn't be.
yeah.
We've had way
In the
younger beers
memories.
that are way shittier.
Like, do you think that if we gave this to somebody like Kyle, for example, who doesn't have all the night shift memories, right? Like in the nostalgia, if what he would think of this, if he'd have the same,
No, no,
yeah,
no, no, no. This is a combination of multiple things. We know what we had, we know what it was. The fact that it looks a little bit like it tastes
yeah,
somewhat like it makes us happy. Clearly, it's a flawed beer. Clearly, when I'm talking about it and we're having a good time, I'm not focusing on the flaws. I'm not focusing on the age. I'm not listening to production values that haven't aged so well.
yeah,
Like when I listen to Paranoid, I know it doesn't sound like fucking Metallica. I know it doesn't sound like Slipknot. I know it doesn't sound like the heavy stuff that I guess I don't like Slipknot, but you know what I mean. It doesn't sound like modern heavy music. It has a little bit of age on it. Doesn't sound quite, but you go past that.
100%.
You know, it's not just the production values. It's the bones underneath, and the bones of this are
Yeah,
fucking great. They're great, Sean.
yeah,
It by far, not the best beer we've had today. But man, no beers made me happier. There's no beers made me happier in kind of a while, honestly. So
yeah.
take
No,
that for
I
what you
agree.
will.
No, I would agree. I think this is one of the, like you said, this is no beer has made me happy in a while, and this is definitely doing it. Like this hits all the feels. Fuck yeah. I feel we just start opening more night shift beers, or at least have one big live stream is just like a. But we'll
Yeah,
see.
no, I think we should do a live stream and do it like, but in person, obviously, and we just have fun. We just talk about beer and talk about like we don't even have to talk about beer. We just have that as a thing that we do. You know.
People can listen to our night shift stories. We have a lot of night shift stories. We talk about morphs. We have to if we're doing the live stream though, we do have to get a mix pack to get a
Yeah,
latest
yeah,
morph
yeah,
for
yeah. We can
sure.
do that. We can do that. Yeah, for sure. Do it. I think I can get it up here too. Honestly, it shouldn't be hard.
Oh yeah. It's pretty regular to get at least. But the only problem with the mix packs is there's no dates on them, so you don't know how old the cans are, which goes into the downfall. But anyways, all right. This was a night shift love story. If you're watching this long, hopefully you enjoyed it. I'm gonna try to maybe put something in the front, like so that it's a little bit more engaging, because I feel like I want people to hear this story. Hopefully, I remember to do that. I really, really want people to like. I feel like the story is the core of this, and I feel like if we start in the review, maybe people may fall off more and more. But I feel like the story is the thing, or I could edit it into multiple videos. But anyways, we'll figure that out. Down in the comments, have you had Night Shift's Dynasty back in the day? What do you think of it? What do you think of Dynasty in general? What's your favorite vintage? What's your favorite? They never barrel aged it, right? I was gonna say variant. They never barrel aged
Not to my
Dynasty,
knowledge.
unless they use Dynasty as a base for other beers that they didn't mention.
It'd be
But
plausible.
anyways,
They weren't a very
yeah,
big venue, so
yeah. If you still have it in your fridge, if you still have cans sitting in the back of your fridge, double check. It's worth opening. I don't see why not. Nostalgia is a fun thing. Let us know down in the comments. Nerdsense.net from there. All of our social media spots. Don't forget to check out. Nope, I already said that. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and notification bell so you know when we post new videos. And I'm Sean. That's Mike. This is Nerdsense. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, bud.
Cling. Share the
Cling.
night.
This was a good half hour.